Okay, and you may see I did go ahead and hit the rust converter stuff on the inside of those frames there real quick. Just, while I'm here, might as well zap it in. So let that cure. Not going to paint that. Also did a little bit under here, under the truck, under the actual cab here. You can see this whitish stuff was kind of the undercoating that was on here, and I hit rust converter here on this stuff here. This is all solid, but I figured while I was here, might as well go ahead and hit it. While I'm under here, maybe next time I get ambitious, I'll hit these step sides. Those are pretty rusty over there too. Again, nothing breaking through, but that could definitely probably use a sanding or whatever. I often see people with their step sides just completely broken through with holes in them. As far as I know, mine are original and are very solid, but you can see a lot of corrosion, surface corrosion. But overall, these things are really solid. So feel pretty good about that. You may see I also have the bed runners set in here to test fit. So I got them pretty much exactly in. If you saw the earlier video about trying to figure out exactly what pieces I needed and where they go. So that is all settled. You can see things here like frame bolt. Oh, that one's actually a little there. You can see underneath. Oh, well, the pieces in it, but that centers up. That carriage bolt centers up. Same with over here. I'll go like that. And then this one here, which, my one piece, so I got this pretty well figured out. At first I thought it went in the other way. But you can, I don't know if you can see through there a little bit, that goes through for the big frame bolt. And I don't know if you can see it through there. You can see a little bit. That carriage bolt goes through, so that's good. But you may notice something a little off here. Yeah, what's happening over there? That sucker's off by at least an inch. It looks like this bed runner is actually bent a little bit. I hadn't noticed before, even when I was painting it. But yeah, you zip it on through there and just like whoop, takes a little turn to the right. So I will have to get a hammer out and see if I can bang that into place. And then I've already got some bolts for the bed runners, so we'll see about test fitting those in there. Still a little unclear about this corroded part. Does it go? I think it goes above this just a little bit. And I don't know. I may still end up just cutting it off. But yeah, you can see, well, this piece down here is not helping, but yeah, you can see, like, I don't know if you can see there with that. I've got that carriage bolt or big frame bolt shining through to the bottom. So that's like, but so from there to there, it goes off by about an inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch. So obviously some damage occurred at some point, but I'm hoping I can get a heavy hammer out, mallet, and see if I can bang that at least approximately into place. It's too bad if I had known of this before I drilled this bolt hole and squared it off. I don't know if you can see, kind of squared it off. I could have adjusted this piece and then worried about maybe even just drilling that like half an inch lower. I doubt anyone would have even noticed it to the naked eye. But yeah, okay. Okay, so now we've got here some hardware specifically for the bed runners. So I got this from Dennis Carpenter, one of the big suppliers for old Ford truck parts. And everything is nice and labeled, which I really appreciate. So we've got here 6 bolts total. So we've got 4 frame bolts, bed to frame bolt. And that's that one, and that one. And then we have here the front bed to frame bolts. And that is specifically for the front bed runner there at the front of the bed. You can probably see those are just a little bit longer and also has a different head. The frame bolts have this head, the flat, because those will sit below the wood, if I've got that right. I may be wrong about that. No, I think actually those do go through the wood. And then these have this, I don't know what you'd call it, beveled head. That's a little bit different because those will sit in those shafts there, whatever you want to call them. And we also got the nuts. These are actually the same for both of those. And we also have these, which is a frame pad. I wasn't even aware of these, but I saw a couple of videos where people were cutting up old tires for this purpose, but these are actually like pre-made and punched rubber pads. So those will go like that, except underneath. So, all right, I've shown you enough of these. Let me see if I can go ahead and stick these in there and mock them up of what it's supposed to actually look like. Okay, so that's how they look. They're laid in. You can see where the rubber piece goes. I think the idea with those is just is to prevent metal from scraping on metal as you're jouncing around and putting things in the bed and so forth. For some reason, they came in a pack of 8, and I'm only really seeing, obviously, just the 3 bed runners. I guess maybe, I think on the F2s and above with the 8-foot bed, I think that has 4 bed runners instead of 3, and maybe that's why they sell them that way. But you can see, sit in there pretty easily. Basically comports to this little piece here. Now, so these would actually not sit flush like this. They would be up some to accommodate the wood plank. In addition to bolting some of the planks directly into the frame here via the bed runners, then you also have the metal strips that come through and then fasten in between each other with their own bolts, obviously much smaller than these, that compress and hold it. So if I want to, of course, I'm very eager to actually slide some wood in here and start test fitting it. I still gotta address this bent thing over here. So you can see, even with that in there, you can see how far off, if you can tell. So there's that little hole below. It's supposed to match up with that bolt of that hole above, and they're off by probably, it's not actually an inch, but it's probably a good 3/4 of an inch. So I will need to figure out some way to bend that piece, unless I want to just drill another hole, which I don't. And then I've got to get this thing off. So this is the end cap piece that goes and holds, again, this goes, so the wood goes right in there. And so there's supposed to be 4 bolts. I've actually got 3. So right here, there's the one that's missing, and that. I suppose I could pull this off and reuse it, but it looks pretty crappy. And so yeah, this looks bad, and honestly, a new piece is not very expensive at all. So I'm gonna try and get a new one, but that means I gotta get these bolts that they're bolted underneath here, and probably have never been undone in the life of this car. So they're 74-year-old bolts. So, and unfortunately, my penetrating oil can that I've had for God knows how many years, not a whole terrible lot less than 74 years, is had the ghost and doesn't really spit out anymore. So I have to get some more of that, see if I can get these boys loosened up. Well, unfortunately, I'm going to have to call it here for this video. Got under here to get these bolts off. I got 2 off. You can see that's a 75-year-old half-inch bolt, looks like. That's from this corner here, but now I got to punch that thing up and out of there. This one over here in the corner, also out. That must have been fiddled with at some point because that's got a different squarish bolt on it with a locking nut for some reason. Well, look at this thing here. This almost look like weld repairs here. Gosh, I wonder if somebody had to weld this piece to repair it just like I did with that one in the corner. Maybe they did something just as stupid as I did. This one here is fighting me. It just wants to spin here rather than the bolt come off. So I have to get that penetrating oil and see if I can let that soak for a bit. I'll work on it. Otherwise, I don't know what to do to get out of that. Drill it out, but that's not something I've done. But I wanted to, just because I'm so eager, at least put something here, what this would look like to give you an idea of how it's supposed to lay. This is obviously not right. This is supposed to lay underneath here. So that's tilted up a bit, but at least gives you an idea of the general contours of how this goes. This, in fact, as I said, fits over this closest one here and over that nasty bit and will completely cover it. So I'm probably just gonna, since it's not really interfering, I'm probably just gonna leave that the way it is. But yeah, this is a lot of progress. So I feel like I'm at least getting closer. Gosh, I'll tell you what, if all this job had just involved actually just getting the wood and test fitting it and measuring it and drilling it and laying it in, I think I would have found this much easier, but sometimes things just take a little bit longer. We're gonna keep cracking at this. Thanks for accompanying me on this journey. We really appreciate all your eyeballs and enthusiasm. Make sure to leave a comment or a question if you got one, and please hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching.